Hey evening guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles, and process to research conditions that we introduction, brief summaries that how we break down in our project in domains of life, sub-series, analogies, and so on and so forth, including copyright for music, content launching schedule, and so on and so forth, as well as how we divvy live stream into domains of life, sub-series, and segments, so on and so forth. Check out on previous live streams for the past 3 hours during 2021 what am I even saying at this point? Diving into segment 2, as usual, we're going to have today. We have about 3 points. First, we have maybe 3 live streams today. Second, it's the first of 2. Secondly, we're going to have, of course, the solve 11 override, and we're going to try to make this live stream all about the things that color life, like finance, equipment, so on and so forth, but we're going to link it onto task action. So solve 11 is truly a rule to break all of the rules of the system, free ourselves from the system itself, become purely practical, get all the most urgent things done. And last but not least, the last point is, of course, if you want to skip this introduction and just fast forward by about a minute and a half into the live stream, or the video on demand on Twitch, Facebook, where we're coming from, and then you'll dive right into content, which is what you see right now, starting right now. Phase 2, then Phase 3. Phase 3 probably not in this live stream. But Phase 2, what you see here is what you get. Take a look on the screen. A bunch of stuff having to do with storytelling, photographs, screenshots of what receipts, purchases, gifts, food, groceries, equipment, lighting, so on and so forth. Something to do with relationships, employment, so on and more. So we'll get started. Let's just get rid of the thumbnail and pull up on we have here. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, that's not it. We have this. Alright, so we start off here. Ferrero Rocher. So if you see in the title, it does say along the lines of purchase receipts, more purchase receipts. So we're trying to cover a bunch of screenshots that still have even more purchases and receipts in it, because it's stuff that we won't get rid of from the phone, since it does have to do with finance and we want that to be private and confidential. So top left hand corner right here, we start off here. Some some scouting out some products at a Chinese supermarket over there. As you see, peanuts for some sort of like dessert. Next here we have these Ferrero Rocher collection of I believe Rho Noir for the dark chocolate, Rocher for the hazelnut, and Raffaello for the coconut. So that's all the it's like a gift item. I bought 2 of these. They're on sale for about $12, usually about $16 for the whole pack, for the whole bunch, which is already pretty cheap. For my employees, my fellow staff who had a Diwali festival during that time. So what you can see, all stacked up. Right below, you also see some stuff having to do with me being outside at night during Halloween. That was October 31st when I made that purchase. And I was sitting on a ledge there waiting for the bus to show up after like 40 minutes, because obviously it's like 9 p.m. at night. And I was eating this little, I was sitting outside of Racina's residence, and I just thought I'd take a look and say, hey, there's the thing I purchased, like a mop sweep as well. A mop for sweeping, for clean the floor and so on and so forth. I also had a treat there, what was it? Coffee crisp, because it was Halloween and I didn't anticipate on doing that, but I managed to buy some coffee crisp anyway, so it's very coincidentally on point. So we have here some peaches that we went to the Chinese supermarket specifically to buy, as well as the Ferrero Rocher that was just a sale item, $13, so $12.99. Yellow peaches, so $2.99, sale once again. And what I'm going to do is going to zoom out a little bit, because now, like I said, you can see, make out on the side, there's some receipts, right? Just very barely you can see it, and that's what I'm supposed to, go be very careful about not showing too much detail. Same thing on the bottom left hand corner, receipts. So that's obviously from the Chinese supermarket or something like that, probably Dollarama. So the dollar store stuff, let's move over to this end. Be careful once again. Here's the gaming mouse. Gaming mouse with the optical mouse as well next to it. I just purchased one of these actually. You can see that in the backdrop. Maybe in the future live streams that I'm using it right now. We also have these cards here, thank you cards, birthday cards, anniversary cards for my colleagues once again. And so that's just something that I felt was worth mentioning. So I'm going to get rid of that now. Okay. Alright, so we have 1 down. Okay, not bad. Okay, we move on to the next one. So this one also has receipts. So we're gonna scoot over here to the side. Take a look at top left. Start over there. We have some Aroma Bakery. That's a cake. That's a cheesecake for my brother. Happy birthday to him, October 30th. First, that guy is like a Halloween boy. Right hand side, we have continuing Aroma Bakery. We have this stuff here, and just the top, the lid, something like that along the side. What does it say? Shopping Center. Below, you see the coffee crisp. Of course, I was sitting down on the sidewalk. You see me just with a glare at the backdrop as the headlights of the cars facing towards me, and I'm sitting there eating coffee crisp on Halloween. Also, we have not just a cake for my brother, but just that apple crisp right there on the bottom left hand corner. You can zoom in a little bit here. Apple crisp from a farm, Alfieri & Sons brand, with cinnamon and oatmeal on top. Very, very nice. We also have this cake again, once again over the top left, top right. Continuing on, we have this bag here. So it's all boxed up packaging. Now we have to be careful once again. Like I said, this screenshot has receipts in it, so we have to be careful. We're going to zoom out all the way out. You can see the receipts there, just generally, and I'm going to try to zoom in now on the stuff that we have to cover down here. So wafers, coconut wafers, golden wafers. What does that have to do with? Again, I purchased the coconut wafers here for my colleague. Her granddaughter was having a birthday, so happy birthday to her granddaughter. I have these like coconut wafers here, so if you're interested, right, you can probably buy these things. Just go to any Chinese supermarket. I believe it's a garden brand. You can see the brand there, but you can purchase it for about, it looks like $2 or so. And then on the right hand side, we have some more of these like Chinese treats here. So of course, if you go to any sort of Asian supermarket, you'll find it there. And if you're interested in trying out that kind of stuff. All right, so that's 1 down, 2 down, and 3. Okay, this one has a lot of receipts here. So at the very bottom left, right, we have these cards. Looks like poppies, so you think of Remembrance Day, but this is actually anniversary. So anniversary gift cards, once again, from Dollarama, Dollar Store. Thank you cards, and this is one I actually bought, the one with the mouse, so thanks to special people like you who show they care. All these people here, and okay, these cards here. I also bought one for the grandson, so I'm anticipating that one of my colleagues in the future, her grandson will have a birthday, so I'm just gonna buy one there, and then we'll be ready. Now, of course, once again, being careful, because there's a receipt. It seems to be a Walmart receipt. It is, in fact, a Walmart receipt, so the back of the receipt there. There's also some items here that, the whole thing is like receipts almost, Jesus. Except for the right hand side here, you can see me just taking a photograph of the self-serve checkout screen. Sorry, and what's it say? It says like $54. Jesus, $54? What the hell did I buy? I don't know. I didn't buy that much, did I? But that's expensive, man. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of shit. 1, 2, 3 down. It seems like 3 items are gone off the list. Okay, I can get rid of those. Alright, so what's next? What more receipts do you have? Okay, not receipts, but this one has to do with a scanned item. So this is a scanned item here. On top left hand corner, we have these an envelope, as well as the Ferrero Rocher package that I purchased for my my colleagues. Once again for Diwali. Left hand side, that's the back of the envelope, teal. We have the Ferrero collection, again Raffaello, Renoir, French, Raffaello, and Italian, and Rocher. I'm not exactly sure, maybe that's Dutch. So hazelnut, French. There's like a, what is it? Rocher sounds like a Dutch hazelnut, and then Renoir sounds like a French dark chocolate, and then Raffaello sounds like an Italian coconut. So it's great. I love the branding that they do for that kind of stuff. Now, moving on to the side here, you can see me that I made a lot of purchases, and this is the Excel spreadsheet for capturing all the inventory. So you see the 11112236. There's a tally, a tally of all the number of serving portions. That's or the number of items, the part numbers, number of parts here that I purchased, and there's a lot of stuff. So you can see here on the right hand side, zooming in. Joe's Tasty Travels, Food Depot Supermarket, Today Always America. These are all the brands. So it's like Joe's Tasty Travels Indulgence Almond Mix. We also have the Food Depot Supermarkets, clear plastic bags. We got Today's and Always America, Everyday Special Occasion cards. So it just goes on and on. Garden Company's cream coconut wafers. So just getting all that data entry down, man. That's a lot of work. Moving on to down right here below, we have this stuff having to do with clothing. Now this is important. I intended on capturing for the past couple of years I've been living at this particular residency because I am a tenant here. All the amount of times I've serviced the laundry machine. Oh wait, that sounds wrong. That sounds fucked up. I've used the laundry machine and the dryer. Yeah, that still sounds okay. Forget it. The point is, it's like every week I use it. I use a laundry and washing machine once, sometimes twice. So that means that it's like if I tally about 52 times a year, add a few more, so maybe 60 times a year. So you can see here there's also a pull bar beam above the laundry machine, and I also want to make note of that. So hey, I make use of that. How many times do I use that? And it's kind of like paying tribute to the fact that once I move out or become more independent, I get my own house if I ever do in the future, which is unlikely given the current state of real estate. No pun intended. We have all these hooks hanging up there with the clothing. That's basically what we're using for. So we will have to consider the fact that we're right now using things that are furnished from our landlord, and it's not really my stuff. Left right hand side here we have back to the Excel spreadsheets. Once again, just documenting all the inventory that we came in, all the stuff here, supplies, relationships from employment, gifts I'm giving away, gifts I received, food, lots of food items here, supplies, employment, tangerines, once again, mini butter croissant, white plastic bag for my colleagues, so class 4 items. Screwing down at the very bottom, we have some, again, more from the laundry machine, hanging those clothing that I'm driving out. I'm actually doing the laundry right now, as we speak, by the way, so that's convenient. We also have this happy people are oblivious to experience of narcissistic abuse. So now we're diving into abuse and relationships. And that's a Dr. Romani video I'm downloading from Video Prog there. We have all these comments here. People are relating to it. They're like saying, hey, if people are unhappy, people are oblivious. Some of these comments are like kind of siding and say, hey, they really shouldn't, they should try not to invite somebody who's abusive. But at the same time, there are plenty of people who I feel I'm siding more with them on this particular concept that if there are people who just don't understand narcissistic abuse, and that means sometimes it just really is up to you to have healthy personal boundaries, like actually stand your ground and say, hey, I guess I shouldn't go there. That's all it means. It means I shouldn't go. I mean, it's not really up to the other person, the happy person's responsibility to take care of you and your traumatic experiences. That's actually more got to do with your own responsibility. They can't cater to everybody like that. I feel like that's more appropriate response, that you should take responsibility when you recognize that you're going to be around somebody who's going to hurt you, and that you just got to step away instead of saying, hey, someone else should come in and step between you and the abuser. You should yourself step away. Sometimes that's a very difficult choice, though. I recognize the complexity in that sometimes between social situations. All right. Of course, I am speaking from a first person's perspective. I've been through this before, so it's very personal, which is why I'm talking about this. So when happy people are oblivious to your, narcissistic abuse, again, I don't think it's really anybody else's responsibility to take care of my experience. I hope that you don't try to push that on anybody else as well. But yeah, that's that. So that's up to you, your opinion. If you disagree, you can, just leave it down in the comments. It's fine. And then I would love to hear that. If you disagree, you agree. What do you agree with Dr. Romani? Do you disagree with her? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with? Feel free to just comment that. All right, we got about a minute left. What can we do in the last minute? So let's go to phase 3 for a moment, just for the last 60 seconds. Region A5 to 9, we have some stuff that we want to throw away and put away. So we talked about yesterday taking the battery from one of these remotes that was a dysfunctional, defective, and tossing it way down there. Now the remote's actually inside this, so it's all neatly packaged. I actually tossed away the garbage. So speaking of garbage here, by the way, we have these bananas here that I should probably take for lunch tomorrow. Dinner at the workplace. So I put this banana and this little plastic bag over here, region D1. Probably with this apple pie we might take as well. And we got this card, this thank you card. Like I said, I showed you this photograph in phase 2 or in phase 3 in the most active Gauge Part stream. So we put this card down here at the backdrop, where there's a bunch of cards inside this bag. So gift card. So let's go back right here. We've got 15 seconds left. Just want to mention very briefly. Like I said, I took out the remote control. So it's defective. Put it inside that box to throw away. And now put this inside here. Once again, you can see the batteries that I want to take out. So I can finally close this after I put this in there as well, which we'll talk about in the next live stream. So I'll see you then in maybe about an hour and a half. I'm presuming about take that much time. So this is our signing out. Peace. I'll see you then.